Today's question comes from Marissa in Michigan. I'm 28 years old and currently at the end of what has been a very long and tiring PhD program, as most of them are. My goal has been to stay in academia where I could teach and do research, but I discovered along the way that this is not the path for me for a variety of reasons. I've lived very frugally and worked on the side, so I have no debt and $75,000 in savings and investments. Wow, way to go, Marissa. I've worked over 70 hours a week for the last 6 years, and I'm exhausted. I've lost interest in any work related to what I've studied, and I dread entering the workforce only to do more of the work I've grown to despise. What should I do?
Wow. Well, there's a whole lot here. I'm going to simplify this, John. I know you'll add to this, but I would start with, because of your financial, I would call it freedom, I think it would be good for you to go do some job, just any job. And I'm the guy that's always pushing people to find their purpose and find that dream job, which is just simply about using what you do best to do work you love that produces results that matter. Because you're so fried, Marissa, on this type of work, I think you go try something totally different. And just, if it's just covering the basics, the bills, but you've always been intrigued by it and you're just going, I want to do this work because I think it'd be kind of neat, kind of fun, or I just want to help these people and get a paycheck. I keep it really simple. And I think that's the first step of kind of coming off of this deep fryer we use in the Deep South where we throw anything in, and it's just hot burning grease and it's bubbling, and I think she's been in that so long. Then I would make sure I start re-examining what caused me to feel fried and lose it. I think there's a whole lot of circumstances, John, that we can't get to because this is an email question, but I would examine, do I love the work still? If I wasn't in that cauldron, that boiling cauldron of pressure, maybe some toxicity, a whole lot here we don't know about. And the way I would do that is by myself. I'd spend some time just getting alone under a tree, in front of a lake, quiet, and go, why did I love the work originally? And if I removed all the negative yuck, would I still love the work? And then the third step I would say is, and this is tactical, you can help out on the emotional advice and everything else, but I'd get with some people who do that work and they're really fulfilled and very happy. I just spend some time talking to them and go, what's your environment like? And I would do all of that to see if the heart is telling us it's time to move to something totally different, because it could be, or the heart's just damaged and it's wounded. That's my quick take.
Yeah, and anybody who's finishing, I love like the deep fryer, and who's coming out of deep fryer, you're getting done with the PhD program, it's been very long.
Oh my gosh.
You should be burned out.
I can only imagine.
I'm fairly certain that my wife likes me on most days, and my kids. And there are some days when she says, I need to go away today. I need to go away for a couple of days, right? So just because you need a break, I love that idea. Just go get a job. Go get a job. And it's almost like a palate cleanser. Go put your head into something, and you can because you've worked really hard. And, man, you were dead on. Working in academia at a big Research One institution is different from a teaching college, different from a faith-based school, from a community college. Do you hate teaching? Do you hate students? Do you hate research? Do you hate chemistry? Like, get clear, and you can only get clear when you've got some space.
That's exactly right.
Just back out of a little bit. But just because you're fried doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean you hate chemistry.
That's exactly right.
Or editing or whatever you got your PhD in. It may just be you're exhausted.
And I've taken so many calls from teachers who thought at the start of the phone call, Ken, they started off by saying, Ken, I need to get out of teaching. I have no career what to go to. Help. And when we dig in, we find that they're a teacher. They have the heart of a teacher. They were put on this planet to instruct, if we're going to make it simple. And now we got to find a different environment, because maybe the environment you're in, for reasons that they go through, isn't the best, and they go, oh, it's not. But they find, well, public school environment isn't for me, but community college, I would love it. Or trade school. Or go into the corporate world and be a trainer, which is an instructor. So it's tough, man. Because it's so hard to see clearly, John, when you're just trying to keep your nose above the water. And I imagine a doctorate feels like that. Like you're just, the water's up here.
Well, and as hard as she's been working on the side.
On top of everything else.
That's right.
Well, we appreciate the question.
Good for you, Marissa.